Hey anatomy students, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing wonderful and are having a great day. I'm just going to go through the kidney with you really quick. Sorry, it's kind of a heavy model. So I'm just going to move the camera down here. Okay, so we're going to go through the kidney today. It starts on page 179 in your lab manual and goes to page 180. So we're just going to go through that really quick together. So the first thing is the hilum, and this is the indented region on the medial side of the kidney. So this is kind of the space right here that's the opening into the kidney. So this is the hilum right here. It's the space that opens up into the whole kidney. So kind of this line I'm drawing with my fingers, that's the hilum right there. Okay, so now we have our renal capsule, which is a fibrous covering on the outside of the kidney. So we don't really see that on that model, but if we had one, it would just wrap around the entire kidney, but you can see that in the bodies. So now we have our renal cortex, which is this outermost region right here. I'm going to follow with my finger. So this is the renal cortex right here. So zooming in a little bit is the space between my fingers right here. So that's all renal cortex. And then we have our renal medulla, which is the area underneath the renal cortex. So that consists of the renal pyramids, which is right here. Also our renal columns, which you can kind of see one best right here. Renal columns right there. And the renal papilla, which is just the tip of the renal pyramids right here. So I'll go through that one more time. So the tips of the renal pyramids are the renal papilla. These areas right here is the renal pyramids. And then the spaces that go between the renal pyramids are considered the renal columns. And those are all parts of the renal medulla, which is all about right here. So that's all the renal medulla, so we'll go to the next page here. Okay, so next is the minor calyx. So we're going to kind of go in here, and that's just the area that wraps around the renal papilla. So here's a really good one right here. So this right here is considered a minor calyx. So now a major calyx is where two minor calyces come together. So going down here a little bit more, we see we have one minor calyx here, another minor calyx here, and they come together right here. So that would be considered a major calyx. And that goes into the renal pelvis right here. So this is our renal pelvis. And then it turns into the ureter right here after it goes out of the hilum. So it's the ureter. So now the renal sinus is just the space filled by the renal pelvis and all these vessels and nerves here. So this area I'm outlining with my finger is considered the renal sinus. Let's see, I hope that wasn't blurry. Okay, so this area right here is the renal sinus. So that's everything you need to know with the kidney. I hope that made sense, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep studying. You can do it.